Good morning. We are back here today on Monday, me and Jaden. We are going to be finishing this place up hopefully by the end of tomorrow. Should be able to get it all done. So to start, because they're kind of starting recording late, it's already almost 10 o'clock, but we went through and we cleaned up a bunch of the pine needles and everything that have been accumulating on the concrete here and stuff. And we got kind of ready to start digging out all this stone. So you can see Jaden went through and weed whacked most of it down, besides some of this bigger stuff. But basically we're gonna start over here in this corner. We're gonna get everything kind of dug out that we need to by hand. And then we're gonna start laying some stone down. So we stopped at the material yard this morning, picked it up on the way over. So we're ready. Just gotta start digging. So, ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Alrighty, let's fucking go. All right, guys, so camera died and I did not quite notice it, but we got a good bit of work done. This is all cleared out basically to that pile. A lot of this is scraped out except like directly under this pool equipment. There's a little bit up there that we just got to get out, which I think will be easy, but basically because it's just Jaden and I for today, I think the plan is basically just going to do as much of the equipment work, and then tomorrow we can start doing some of the smaller like detail stuff before we start putting stone down. So we're just going to go through, get all the stone pulled, get the like 3 mulch beds kind of dealt with that we need to, and then potentially start running stone from like that side, kind of working back, because this is basically the area that's going to have a lot of the more tedious work to do. So if we get, you know, say 2 hours running stone and get at least one of the trucks emptied or something so we can bring more stone tomorrow, then, you know, we'll do that. But just gonna keep working on getting the rest of this dug out. It's not too bad. Obviously it's a little tedious because it's granite and the concrete kind of flanking the stone, and then there's some stuff like there's a couple lights and just some stuff in the stone that I got to be careful of, but we're working our way through, so yeah, just keep going. Well, we are nice and raked out. Looks a lot better. Had a wonderful lunch. Delicious. Ready to get back to work. So, again, raked out this whole section, basically up to right about here. We'll probably get over to the corner, and there's a electrical box for the lights that go around the pool. We'll probably get to there, rake all that, and then finish to the other side, do a final rake, and then kind of see where we are time-wise and everything, and go from there. Because we could do one of two things. We could either start running some stone or dig out for the mulch beds, and go from there. So we'll kind of see what we're thinking and everything when we get to that point. But we got plenty of digging left, so let's keep going. Well, guys, the stone is all cleaned up. Looks good. So these are the two stepping stones that we're gonna leave as kind of like a pathway, because this is all gonna be mulch bed. Basically, it's gonna kind of come out here and then curve around to the steps. And so that will be kind of the pathway in and out. There's a bunch of extra kind of stones over there that we might put like in here. So you could walk in here and then maybe move those like to the play set. But they're also kind of set up for like the openings in the fence. But there's one right over there that maybe we put them over there, and then make it easy for the kids to go over there. And then if you come around the deck and you're going out this way, to go through right here. So I'm gonna start digging this out, and Jaden is gonna go grab a hoe and maybe a small flat shovel to keep digging out around the pool equipment, so that's totally done tomorrow, and tomorrow we can just start stoning right away. So we'll have a little bit of things to clip in here, just some small roots. There's like one bigger one over there, but we basically were able to pull everything out, able to throw a couple inches of fresh stone in and really freshen this place up. So let's get this mulch bed dealt with. Well, guys, I forgot to hit record because I'm a dummy, but we got this pretty well dug out. Just went through with the shovel, cleaned up the edges a little bit, cleaned up this corner underneath the deck and whatnot. So just gonna pull the rest of this out. Got this pile here. I'll need to scoop that into the tractor and have Jaden run it, but I just got to be careful of that light. And then I did unfortunately hit that irrigation head, so that I will have to get a new one for tomorrow. But not the biggest deal, but nice little curve, nice little curve, nice little curve. So I think this bed will look good. So we'll start moving the rest of this dirt out of here. There we go, guys. Look at that. Nice and clean. Looks really good. So we're just going to do a little bit of cleanup before we head out today. So we just got a couple things in the yard just from filling over here, and Jaden's over there, and then we're going to do a quick blow off. And then tomorrow we'll be back to stone it, put some more mulch down here, and hopefully be done. Good morning, guys. We are back here for what should be the final day on this transformation. So me, Jaden, and Fuller are back here again. We are starting off in the area over here by the pool equipment. So we got a couple small piles and stuff. We got the last few stepping stones pulled up, and basically we just got this corner to kind of clean up, and then this whole area will be ready for stone. We're going to weed fabric kind of like around this stuff as best as we can, because we can't get in there to get everything. So we're gonna weed fabric it, hopefully prevent some stuff going through. Because it's kind of sprinkling today, we are going to hold off until the end of the day to spray everything, because if we spray it now, it's not necessarily going to do anything. So we'll wait till the end to do that. But Fuller's in the tractor, running some stone around and everything. We are gonna get a lot of this area kind of good and ready, and then he'll be able to just drive right in here, basically dump right here. We'll probably run some wheelbarrows to kind of finish that section and everything, but yeah, last day, hopefully. So make it a good one and let's get moving. Well, this place is looking pretty nice, I do have to say. So we're almost done here. We got a couple roots to cut out, but we just got basically this corner, fix that one because it's kind of low, so I'm going to use some stone in there, and then put the broken one over there right here, and then all the steps are in, and let's just finish this corner. So we've used basically 6 yards so far of stone, and obviously by far this is the biggest area, but I mean we've done all this, and then obviously everything you guys just saw with 6 yards. They were really like 5.5 because there's still some in the driveway, but instead of obviously picking it up fully, we're gonna dump the other truck. And so I think this whole place will probably be about 15 or so, because it's basically going to be a yard to finish this, and then basically doing the rest of that won't take more. I don't think should take more than 10 because it's only 2 inches thick. So somewhere around 15 yards total. So we use a little less stone, but we used a lot more mulch. But it is what it is. So and you thought the truck wouldn't dump. You thought the truck wouldn't dump. Look at that. There's another 4. So there's like 5 down, there's like 5 here, because that was all left. So, well, we are done in the corner now. Look at that. You gotta just kind of rake this line up a little bit and kind of straighten it. But this whole section's done. And we're just finishing going around the corner. So, making quick enough work about this. So, it's also cooled down. Mostly because I took my shirt off. Let's keep going. So guys, while Jaden and Fuller continue running stone around, I'm going to get the last 2 mulch beds prepped out. So, one in this corner, which is gonna kind of do a gradual curve to the bulkhead. And then this one's gonna kind of bump out. I'm kind of following where the old mulch beds were because there's a pretty big divot, basically where the line is. So I'm just using the rough guide of the old beds to kind of run from. It does look like at some point it ran in front of the bulkhead, but I don't want to do that. I think that's just gonna look kind of funny. So I have it running right to the edge, and then it runs to the edge of the granite that's right there. So I'm gonna start getting this stuff grubbed out and into a pile, and then I'll probably have Jaden run a few buckets just right over, because he's just gonna run right over to there. So he can basically just back up. I'll just fill his bucket, then he can just drive over, dump it, and then back up. So I'll let him obviously run a few more. I'll get these totally grubbed out. I'll probably just grub this one to this side, and then that way I can just sit here and fill his bucket and he can just run over. So let's start digging these things out. All right, guys, we are back from getting some stone. Jaden and Fuller are gonna keep stoning over there. I'm gonna get the last of these done. And actually what we're gonna do with all this dirt is over kind of like right in front of the fence where the overgrown stuff is. There's a couple big stumps and I think in one of the other videos I said that we were going to kind of grub that out. We're not going to grub it out, but we are going to take all this dirt because it's basically just grass that's overgrown. I mean, there's no poison ivy. I mean, there's some random weeds and stuff in here, but that's not the biggest deal. But we're going to take this and dump it over there to kind of fill that in a little bit, smooth it out some, and make it so that we can do a light seeding, and then they will be able to mow over that, because right now you can't mow through it. It's too bumpy and everything. So even if it's still low, we'll smooth some of the dips and stuff out and just make it mowable. So we're gonna keep digging, cleaning this side out, and then we'll get the other side edged out and everything and into a pile, and then I'll start filling some piles for Jada to go dump over there and get all this dirt moved. So let's go. All right, guys, the stone is all done now. It looks so good. Nice fresh start. So now with that done, we are gonna go grab lunch, and the plan is we're gonna go grab the mower because this backyard needs to get mowed. It normally gets mowed, I believe, tomorrow. So we're gonna mow it, cut it kind of short so that we can loam everything. And while somebody's mowing, the other two of us are going to mulch the last 3 beds we have. And then when we're done mulching, we'll go back to the shop, dump whatever extra mulch we have, grab loam, and then come back and basically somebody will be in the tractor running me loam, dump it in the bucket of the excavator, and then I'll just kind of sprinkle around where we need it, and then somebody could just rake out, and we'll work our way out all the way. Fill all these tracks in, get them kind of cleaned up. I can use the bucket and kind of try and push some stuff around so I don't need as much loam. And then we're gonna go over it and seed it all. And then after that, we will go back through the stone because we haven't weed sprayed it yet. And then these 3 mulch beds and some of the stone areas like that. We'll weed spray them again to hopefully kill the rest of the stuff off because we're not supposed to get any more rain today. So that's the plan. So let's go. Well, we are back from lunch and we got right to work. Schedule's kind of messed up because the mow guys need a little bit of help. So we're kind of tweaking what we were planning on doing, but Jaden is updating, fixing the stone over in that section while I mulch to this. Then he is going to mulch, or he is going to stone this area while I start bringing mulch over to there and to here. And then the 2 of them are gonna go mow a couple houses just to help Ben and Wilson. Well guys, everything I said in the last clip does not matter. The other guys are fine, they're great, they're having a grand old time. We can stay here and work as long as we need. We won't though, because we'll be done today. But we got this mulch bed 100% done. There's basically nothing I can do about filling in the gap at the bottom of all those deck boards. If I were a carpenter, I would not have cut them like that. That's just me. But I can't have it wavy like that. Somebody's gonna come back here and think this is the ocean. But finished this, got all the stone in, looks nice. Got some more stone in there, looks nice. Got this all done, looks great. And Fuller is going to dump the truck with the extra mulch in it and then grab loam on his way back. And while he's doing that, Jaden and I are gonna go through, he's already done all this side, refreshed all this stone, but basically the stone along the front side of the house all needs to be kind of refreshed and updated. So we're gonna do that. I have a little bit of stuff in the mulch bed that I'm gonna rake out in those front beds, just some stuff that came out of the bushes and when I was blowing some other stuff off and whatever. So there's just a little bit of crap in there. So I'm gonna rake that stuff up, get a bunch of stone down, and then Fuller will be back with loam soon. And we will get our tracks and everything loamed out of here, get it seeded, and then we'll be done. So it is 2:45. We'll probably still be here till about 4, maybe 4:30, maybe 5, who knows, but we'll be done. So, talk too much. Let's go to work. Well, guys, we are done. Totally, fully, 100% done. This is a fun project. Came out really nice. Homeowner loves it. So that's amazing. So today, finish this stone over here. Afterwards, we went through, we raked and seeded all this stuff. Obviously, reloamed our track marks and everything like that all the way out. Fuller went through and seeded all this. So this should come in nicely. We got the rest of this all good. We did go ahead and mow this. So got a nice edge. Obviously a little bit of stuff in the bed, but nice clean edge. Minus that. Yeah. Everything's looking great. Over here. Got this finished. Look at the stone. Got all this. Everything in here. Again, loamed. Seeded out this way. Stoned out here. I gotta come back and get my stuff afterwards, but I'm finished showing you guys what else we got. Got a little bit kind of fix here. But obviously went through, stoned all this, all that, all up here. We had a little bit that we cleaned up around these plants and stuff, so we threw some extra loam down. All this stoned all the way down, and it's looking great. Really excited about this job, really happy with the outcome. Think it looks fantastic. The homeowner's ready to do some plants next year, we think. So, looks great. If you guys need a transformation like this, yours could be twice as bad, yours could be half as bad, give us a call if you're in the Hollis, Nashua, New Hampshire area. This is the kind of stuff we do, so if you guys need this kind of transformation done, let us know. But thank you guys for watching. If you guys didn't see the first two videos, check those out. Please hit the subscribe button. That's all for this. That's all for me. Peace out. God bless. See you guys in the next one.